Alright, we should be live. What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Oh, man. I've not been this tired in a long time. How's everybody doing? Let's see. First in the house today was me, but followed by Coalition Gaming Chris. What up, Staying 2007? We got Craig Lilly in the house, as well as Giant Robots. Hello, hello, hello. What up, KL130? Sub Dispatcher Gaming. Nemus Dark, Mike Levote. Cracked open the energy drink. So, funnily enough, energy drinks don't really give me like an energy boost or anything like that. I drink energy drinks for the taste, which is why I'm very particular. If you notice throughout the LAN Party Story series, the energy drinks that I usually get tend to just be like almost soda. They're not like, you know, I don't drink Red Bulls, I don't drink Monsters, I don't drink the ones that, in my opinion, taste chemically. I drink the ones that just taste essentially like they were soda, and the caffeine just happens to be there. But caffeine does not make me not tired, unfortunately. So, what up, Team Swavy Motorsports, my dear friends? We all love you. Thanks for the kind words. What up, Pika Wubs? What up, Dan H? Crack open a bottle of Adderall? I wish. I'm very curious how Adderall would affect me, but you have to like see a, was it psychologist? Which is the one for behavioral and ADHD stuff. But yeah, you gotta have a prescription for that. Or you could have a plug. But I am very curious how my brain would function under Adderall, or with Adderall. So, what up, Reluctant Hero? Citrus with the 35 months of channel membership. Thank you, Citrus. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Alani and Celsius are good. Yes, I do like Alani. Alani knew my favorite flavor is the Rocket Pops, which is, again, like probably one of the sweetest ones. Cherry Slush is good too. I haven't seen the Rocket Pops recently though at the store when I go. But yeah, the Rocket Pop flavor one, it tastes just like the ice or the popsicle Rocket Pops. The Cherry Slush is good too. Yeah, Lonnie has pretty good flavors. I like them. You might need 4 Loko. I've never had a 4 Loko. And I remember we talked about 4 Loko at some point in the stream. I feel like within the last year or so. Someone was saying I should do a stream where I pound 4 Locos. But, if I remember correctly, so 4 Loko had the thing, it's like, you know, alcoholic energy drink, but then people started dying from them. So then they like changed up the formulation, right? But I don't remember how it ended up, in terms of like, is 4 Loko back with alcohol and caffeine again? But yeah, I've never had a 4 Loko in my entire life. I just remember when they came out, what year did 4 Loko? I feel like I was in college at the time. Let's see, 4 Loko, release date? I don't know. What do you call it? Oh no, they came out in 2005, so I was in high school. But I remember the original formula because it was later reformulated. Late. Okay, so I think it was probably in college was when they reformulated it. Because yeah, this was when I was in college, and then I guess when I was in high school, I didn't party and drink and stuff, so I was not aware of 4 Loko until I got to college. What up, Firestorm? What up, Robert Fixit? Thank you, No Half Step in 07. I'll show some pictures and little clips later on in the stream. I have this little what's it called? I'll show you guys right now, but I won't play the full. So yeah, if I ever have to like go run and tend to them for a little bit, I'll just play that screen and it'll go through a slideshow of some pictures as well as like videos and stuff like that. So yeah, be right back. Baby right back, exactly. You have been a viewer for 9 years, says Is. Have you been commenting for 9 years? If you have, I could find your comments. I could search your name up. But you also have actually, your name is so short that if I type in Is or LS, I probably will come up with so many other searches in my YouTube panel. I might not be able to find some of your original comments. But thanks for the long-term support. I appreciate it. I just eat sweet fruit to keep me going. Having colitis really limits me, sadly. Congrats, Papa Nob. I bought Dino... I brought Dino Nuggies for everyone. Dino Nuggies! Oh, man. I might have to start getting the more healthy ones. The vegetable-based ones. Is that more healthy? I don't know. The pink slushy Alani is goated. I've not had that one. I usually when I find some flavors... Let me see, what the pink slushy one? That's not the Kim Kardashian one, right? Pink slushy Alani. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never had this one. I think the pack or the design on it influences my decision to try them, and then once I find like the few flavors I like, I usually just stick to them. I'm not drawn to this pink slushy I guess cover art or design on the packaging, so that's why I've never tried it. But alright, you said it's goated though, so I'm gonna have to try this one. Pink slushy. Hopefully it's not flavored like bubblegum, because I hate bubblegum flavored stuff. Like pink bubblegum flavored candy, drink, anything. Oh man, just thinking about it makes me want to throw up. 4 Loko in stock at MSRP? Probably. Long time no see commenter. Thanks to everyone in this community. My stream setup is complete. Nice. What did you end up going with? Do you have a picture of it? If you post it in the Discord, we can pull it up and take a look. Your stream setup. So we're talking about camera, mic, your monitors, everything like that. What'd you name them? NVIDIA and AMD? If only. No, I gotta do the thing now that all parents do, where they once they're able to crawl, where you put them in front of, like, you know, opposite products or whatever. So I'll put them in front of an AMD and an NVIDIA box and see which one they crawl towards for them to pick their allegiance. Or like, you know, where you put the 3 starter Pokemon and whichever one they crawl to, that's their starting Pokemon. That kind of stuff, except with PC products. So I gotta do that with like AMD and Intel processors, see which one they crawl to. And then for the graphics card, I guess there is one, you know, with Intel graphics card too. Put all 3 and see which one they go towards. But yeah. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. Little Danny, yes, exactly. What chair do I have? The chair I have, it's the Dexley from Staples. So it's not the Staples hiking one, but it's the Dexley, which is like a very similar one. All mesh chair. PP Poo Poo, I am here. What up, Ben Wong? What up, yes? Yes. Surge, let me see. That's the like lemon lime-ish drink, right? I haven't had Surge in years. Did they ever bring back Surge energy drink? Or not, drinks. Yeah. So Surge, I probably haven't had Surge since I was like single digit age. It has been many a years. But I don't remember, was this even considered? It was citrus flavored soda, so it wasn't like an energy drink, right? It wasn't like highly caffeinated. Surge made a comeback? Yeah, it's been a very long time since I've had a Surge. 'Cause I remember, was this even considered? It was citrus flavored soda, so it wasn't like highly caffeinated. Surge made a comeback? Yeah, it's been a very long time since I've had a Surge. 'Cause I remember, was this even considered? It was citrus flavored soda, so it wasn't like highly caffeinated. Surge made a comeback? Yeah, it's been a very long time since I've had a Surge. Jolt was not nasty. Jolt was so good. It depends on which Jolt you're talking about. So there's like Jolt Cola, right? Which I actually never had the Jolt Cola, but these energy bottles, I talk about them all the time. Jolt blue battery bottle. Oh man, I wish they brought this back. It just tastes like blue raspberry. Blue raspberry is not even a thing. Soda. I mean, it's a thing, but it's not a real fruit. Blue raspberry is just a kind of like soury blue flavor. Yeah, so I've never had Jolt Cola, so I can't speak on that. But the blue was delicious. Do you still have an online store? You mean like a merch store? I do have merch. It should be linked in the description. So if you got a nerd on a budget merch, even if you Google it, it should be the first search. But yeah, this is the official. It's run through Bonfire. But yeah, I do still have my merch. Thoughts on the Switch 2? Did that just drop? I saw MKBHD release a video. Are people receiving theirs today? I'm not a console / handheld person, even though I sort of want a Steam Deck now that I'm glued to the couch with our newborns. I've been playing with an Xbox controller on my laptop, hooked up to the TV for gaming, but I'm thinking a Steam Deck would be pretty nice too. But I'm not looking to spend more money on one, so what I'm trying to do is one of like my lower end PCs that I have on hand. I'm gonna try to do like a trade with someone in my local area, and then that could be a video in itself. Trading a PC for a Steam Deck. I don't know if anyone will bite, but I need to make a listing and put up like a $300 to $400 PC, and then see if someone would make the trade. But Switch 2 thoughts? I was reading some of the comments on MKBHD's video, and people were, because I don't research all this stuff, and I don't know the full specs. What's up? Which one? Oh, I don't remember what time that was. No, it's probably over an hour old now. But I think people were saying because they had to switch to LED, and then a switch, or switch one OLED, and now the Switch 2 is LCD or something, so now you're gonna get an upgrade in specs, downgrade in display, and people aren't gonna be happy about that. But yeah, no idea. I just saw my YouTube feed get the MKBHD video, so and then I saw people in the comments saying I'm getting mine soonish, so yeah. Here's tip for babies. If you got leftover pandemic masks, use them when changing diapers. So the girls today marks 2 weeks since we've come home from the hospital, but they were born on the Monday before, so they're like 2.5 weeks old. Right now, their diapers don't smell yet. But thank you for the tip. I might have to pull out the masks once their diapers start smelling bad when changing. But my goodness, we have gone through how many diapers so far? Let's see. Probably approaching on, so 250, 275 diapers in the 2.5 weeks since, because there's 2 of them, and they do on average like 9 to 10 diapers a day. So my goodness, so many diaper changes. I did not believe it. You know, that SpongeBob episode where he has that little baby scallop, and then let's see, SpongeBob diapers. That is not a lie. The scene in SpongeBob where like he points out the windows and shows all these diapers, that is not a lie. But experiencing it firsthand, it's no joke. Just drink Full Throttle. Full Throttle. I've never been a fan of Full Throttle. Yeah. If the Full Throttles and Monsters, the ones that I've tasted, and this was years ago, because I I didn't like them back then, so I never gave them a try again. Because there's so many other energy drinks that I enjoy, right? So I haven't tried them in a long time, but my last tasting of whatever, I don't remember what flavor Full Throttle it was. I'm thinking it was the original. It had too much of the chemically taste to it. Like medicinal chemical taste, so yeah. Tidjane Lee says, hey Danny, how's it going? How do you think the 9060 XT will pair with a 5600X? I think you could do that fine, so long as you're playing at like 1440p. Yeah, 9060, we'll look at the results in a second here, but 9060 XT is pretty on par with the 7700 XT, which makes it actually a very good value if the MSRP is true or even close to it. Even if it's a little bit over MSRP, I think it's gonna be a good buy. I've seen people complaining. I saw on the Toasty Bros newest video, someone was saying something ridiculous like the 9060 XT should be no more than $250. Something along the line. I'm like, my goodness. I'm so sick of these people who are just complaining and are thinking graphics cards should cost like there's like a good like area, right, of like estimations on how much graphics cards should cost, but not performance levels of a 7700 XT for $250 brand new. I don't know what this person is smoking. Like, that's just not how pricing and performance works, and it hasn't worked like that for many years. So I don't know. There's just some people out there who watch way too much rage bait content and are just not happy with anything, even when a good product, even a decent product releases. So yes, when is the next LAN? Next LAN should be in October. The previous LAN we had in April. I need to edit it. What's up? What's up? I did not log it? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I did not, because we usually log when they finish. Yeah, and you were napping. Okay, I could log it. Yeah. See, what's up? Yes. And it was 60 milliliters. Oh, what the heck? Why is my droid cam showing? Stop. But yeah, in terms of the LAN, I haven't even looked at the footage yet, but I'm trying to get that out by next month. Hopefully I could make that timeline. Do one where it's YouTube and Twitch, and if one crawls to YouTube, you pick the baby. YouTube versus Twitch, and you put it over on YouTube, lol. Yeah, what? I don't remember when babies start crawling, but my goodness, when they do, that's gonna be a handful. 2 crawling babies getting into stuff. Congrats on being a father. Glad you're back. Thanks. And I don't know if I'm back to weekly normal streams yet. It just happens today that my mother-in-law is here, and then my sister-in-law is coming over, so there's more hands on deck to help. But yeah, we'll see. I'll try to return to consistency for the streams, but it's tough, especially at this young of an age when they don't sleep much. Yeah, unless I just take a bunch of breaks to go tend to them and then come back, if you guys are down to just wait, but we'll see. I need a new GPU. You got anything secondhand I can buy? Nah, I don't sell hardware to people for the most part. At least not to like viewers. If I have extra hardware on hand, priority for those goes to friends and family for like builds for them and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't have enough hardware to offload to viewers, unfortunately. Ben has the chair. Mesh is kind of scratchy. I've heard people mention mesh on this and the hiking being scratchy. I've never been bothered by it, even when like I'm rubbing just straight up my arm on it. Like I've had this chair for I think like 5 years. I've had the hiking for like 7 or 8, but yeah, I've never felt scratchiness or felt bothered by it. Oh man, I need to get caught up in chat. Okay. Kids will no, Apple users, no way. If they're gonna be tablet babies, they're gonna be Android tablets. Vault. Okay, we're talking. Sorry, energy drinks brings back the nostalgia. I remember Vault energy drink, and then they had the red one too. Yeah, I liked this. I mean, this was pretty much Mountain Dew and Mountain Dew Code Red, flavor wise. I don't remember if it was a little bit more caffeine, but Mountain Dew does have an elevated level of caffeine anyway. So, what up, Gnomed? Thank you for the 30 months membership, and hello to yourself too. Hope you're doing well. What up? What up? Okay, let me get caught up. Oh, video is in general chat of my setup. Okay, I will take a look at that. Logitech G Cloud 2, use your own PC over your network in a handheld. I went to Best Buy the other week. I was out and about, and then I popped over to Best Buy just to take a look at the graphics card situation. They didn't have anything on hand. Everything was sold out. All the 50 series and 9000 series. But I saw the Logitech G Cloud thingy. It's like $200, right? I don't know, just the idea of cloud gaming and then spending hundreds of dollars on hardware. Why not just spend a little bit more and get the thing that could actually play on the machine and not require internet or, like, you know, playing on a network or anything like that? If it was like, maybe it was like $100 or something, but at the price that I saw it at, I don't know if it goes on sale. It just, I don't know. I don't like the idea of that. A used Steam Deck gets pretty close to the same price as the G Cloud. I've not tried SteamOS yet. No, I have not. The Steam Deck I posted is in the buy sell trade. Okay, give me a second. Buy sell trade Steam Deck. Oh, here we go. You're asking $280. That's actually a good price. Most of the ones around my area is around $300. But I want to trade for one. I'm not trying to spend. And I know I could sell a PC and then buy this one. Yeah, and you include shipping and insurance, because shipping for something the size of this would probably be around $20 with insurance. But the thing about doing the PC trade is that it also makes for an interesting video. So I think I'm gonna have to go that route. Though I feel like this should move pretty easy. Oh my gosh, you posted this on 3/17 and it still hasn't sold at this price unless you edited it. But I'll let you know. If my trading thing doesn't end up working out, then I'll hit you up. Thank goodness my diaper changing days are over, as my kid is now 18. Do you miss their newborn infancy stage though? Even from when they're like 2.5 weeks old now, but they've already started to look a little different than when they like were fresh in the hospital. So I know time's gonna fly and they're just gonna grow up super quick. So I'm trying to, like, you know, enjoy it as much as I can. What's up, Daddy? I mean, Danny. What up? What up? What up? What up, Stalefish? Is going from an A770 to a B580 worth it? I wouldn't. A little bit less VRAM, a little bit better gaming performance depending on the title, but it's like a side grade and a downgrade for VRAM. So maybe in like a few years the B580 won't scale as well for higher resolution, like, and intense games, but I wouldn't do that. Did you ever get the 2 Nobe songs? No, I might have missed that. You sent me songs? I'm gonna have to look at that because I did not see anything in my email like related to songs, Nemus. I'll have to check my email. Resend it or re-forward it to me, just so that it pops back up. But yeah, I don't recall seeing songs sent from you. Craig Lilly with the 43 months. I sent my photo to a Lonely Hearts Club. They sent it back saying they weren't that lonely. Thanks for the support, Craig Lilly. I appreciate it. If I want, no, but the first of all, the trade, me trading a like $300 to $400 PC for one, I'm not sure if that makes sense because shipping that out for a PC costs like 60 to 70 bucks. But in terms of making a video about it, unless you're located in Washington, doing a meetup trade, that's what I meant by making the video. So it's kind of like a used part pickup ride along, except with the trade. I think doing a trade over mail is not as interesting content, unfortunately. Yeah, I miss his younger days a bit. What do you think of the Witcher 4 tech demo? It looks good. What year did I guess it's been almost 10 years. Witcher 3 was what? 2015, 2016? Was 2015, yeah. So, I mean, and Witcher 4 is not going to be out for a little bit, right? So at least 10 years between the games. I could never really get into the Witcher 3. For some reason, the movement and combat felt so clunky to me. But Witcher 4 looks more up my alley with regards to combat and gameplay. It's not even a graphics thing. The graphics doesn't have to be as crazy good as it looks already. It's more of like the fluidity of combat and movement. But no, I saw the tech demo. It looks good. KL130 says, it may not be often, but I wouldn't want to miss out on games because of no internet, lol. Yeah. Though, I'm curious if the G Cloud, if your internet is down, but, you know, your router is still up and stuff. So, just let's say service is down, but the home network is still up. Does that still work? Or does it actually require, like, logging in and internet itself? That I'm not sure, because I haven't followed the G Cloud at all. But you're right. There will be times where if your power's out, at least if you have a Steam Deck, you could plug in a power bank and just use it as a standalone device and not require a wireless network or internet. So. Nope, no edit. I just haven't been motivated to sell. I feel like, have you listed it in your local area though, like on Facebook or OfferUp? I feel like listed there, it might actually sell. Because for the model that you have, and for that price, at least around me, nobody's selling a Steam Deck. The only ones are the ones with those, like the 64 gig built-in memory, which is like the lowest of the low-end models. But anything with like 512 or 1 terabyte, they're not under 300 bucks. So that would sell locally around me for sure. Hey, what up, Techie Tech? Okay, so let's take a look at we missed. So just to recap, Computex was the week of May 19th. That our twin daughters were born midnight, crossing into Monday, like 12:11 and 12:15 a.m. So the whole week of Computex, well, for the first half of the week, we were in the hospital. But then once we got out, it was like adjusting to home life. So I pretty much missed all of Computex, and I was just catching tidbits of it on, you know, like Reddit, Twitter, and YouTube, but I haven't had a chance to like fully watch through a bunch of people's whole videos, but I caught glimpses of stuff as well, and I didn't even watch the announcements and any of the keynote stuff surrounding the like the 9060 XT announcement, but it has been 2 weeks since then, and now the the embargo for the reviews just lifted today. So we got the reviews today, and then they're gonna be on sale tomorrow, like how they've been doing. So yeah, I do want to talk about Computex stuff that got you guys hyped, as well as these, the graphics cards that just came out. Teams wavy okay, we'll take a look at this because let's see. Oh, you are US Sniper. Got it. When you guys have these different names, it throws me off. So here's your streaming setup. Multiple monitor with your system and mic and your Funko Pops. Sorry, it's off the screen. I guess I can just watch it here. But and then here's a photo of it. What are you planning on streaming? What's up, new parental unit? What up, Matt? That's what we actually talked about with the nurses at the hospital, because we actually were supposed to plan for the deliveries earlier in the day, but people kept on like jumping in front of us in line due to priority, C-section and everything, operation, right? So it ended up being pushed multiple times, and then we were like, hey, it looks like we're about to go into the operating room around midnight. Is there a chance they would actually be born on different days? Which I'm not sure how I would have felt about that. But that was a conversation that came up with the people at the hospital. But it worked out that it took long enough to actually get them out that it was already into Monday by that point. That has happened with some twins. Yeah, I'm sure it has. It must have. You guys are like an hour apart. Yeah. Did you see today's PlayStation state of play? Is that what's going on now? They announced Neo 3 from Team Ninja, Pragmata, and Capcom, or from Capcom among others. I don't follow the like the Nintendo, whatever the heck they call it, the PlayStation state of play. What are the 3 events called from each of the consoles? What's Nintendo's and what's Xbox's called? Micro Center rocks going to see what they're charging for 9060 XT 16 gigabyte. I'm thinking there's going to be a decent amount of these under $400. I'm just like all the cards. Like, yeah, there's going to be some lower end models available at exactly MSRP, but I think there's going to be a handful that are like 370, 380, which to me, I don't think that's a bad deal at all, given that what's the alternative? If you have around $400, you tell me what is better than a card that performs like a 7700 XT, except with 16 gigabytes of VRAM, and I will recommend people to go buy that. But you're not going to be able to, because that's the state of the graphics card market right now. When are you buying a 9070 XT for your PC? Not anytime soon. I actually haven't looked at the prices of those lately, which we can do after we take a look at the performance of the 9060 XT. Rob the Butcher said, holy crap, your dad. Congrats, bro. Fantastic news. Awesome people like yourself. Having kids is super amazing, brother. Enjoy the time while they're little. Thanks for the kind words. I appreciate it. They are pretty awesome, even though they are a handful. 2 at once is a lot of work, but we are managing, and we have some help from family, so that's very helpful. NVIDIA up to their tricks again by having no early driver ready for reviews during Computex. Yeah, I remember everyone complaining about that. Though I don't know if many people were too excited about the 5060 to begin with. I have older twin sisters who are in their 30s now, and they were 6 weeks premature. I think that explains their love for Has-Been Hotel. Oh, they got funky taste. We or my wife delivered right at 38 weeks, so that's considered full term. Not 40 weeks, but not premature. My friends are calling the PS event state of depression. I think Nvidia is making it clear they aren't interested much anymore in consumer GPUs, only AI ones. I don't see them just quitting in terms of the consumer GPU space anytime soon. I don't even see them losing market share in the next couple of generations. Like, even if they continue to deliver what many are calling like worse value graphics cards than AMD and Intel, I think every time we pull up Steam hardware survey, they're still going to be leading the charts for probably the next 3, 4, 5 generations. That's just not something that you undo, you know, in a few years. My niece was a preemie. She weighed 1 pound 15 ounces. Oh my goodness, that is like super preemie. That is like, wouldn't that be like 20 weeks or something? Hey, Cindy. Well, okay, 5060. Let's look at the numbers. So let's talk about this 9060 XT. Let's run a poll, actually. So what are you guys' thoughts on the 9060 XT at MSRP? Let me pull up. I want to find that. That comment made me laugh so much because these are the types of viewers that I like. I dislike so much. Where is it? Market, unless they deleted it. Or it got hidden. No! Where was this delusional person at? That was saying that this should be a $250 card. I can't find it. I just saw it on my phone. Okay, here, let me see if I can search for it. I have it pulled up on my phone. Oh, here it is. There's the comment. Okay, so someone said, better be in line for this card tomorrow because this is the only way I'll get one at MSRP. These 90XTs will be 500 everywhere. I don't think they're gonna be up to 500. If they're in stock after that. And then this person comes in, this card should cost no more than $250, period. Gamers' wallets are being raided. If you think people paying $400 for this level of card is good for PC gaming, then let's just agree to disagree. There's some people are so like, they just want everything to be pretty much close to free. you guys know, like, I love deal hunting. I love looking for great value stuff, all of that. I think realistically $350 is a really good price for this card, because if we look at the numbers, 9060 XT, it's right there with the 7700 XT. And if you want to talk about future proofing, the extra 4 gigabytes of VRAM will mean that in maybe like 3, 4, 5 years time, this is going to slowly overtake the 7700 XT in performance for the more video memory intensive games. And it just has the next generation of, you know, FSR and what's it called? Ray tracing also. So even though right now it's slightly losing according to Tech Power Up, I also have Tom's didn't publish a review on it yet, but if we look at an 18 game average here, Hardware Unbox shows it slightly beating the 7700 XT. So I don't know in what world people think that you should be able to buy a brand new card that performs as good as the 7700 XT, which, remember 3-4 months ago, people were happily buying these cards for $450, almost $500 on Amazon, Newegg, and Micro Center. How they just think like that level of performance is now worth only $250. Again, I will not complain if they released the 9060 XT at $250, but that's not even like near a realistic pricing. And then, so compared to the, it's looking like if we compare it to the 7800 XT, which was a pretty popular, you know, $500-ish card, even though more recently they haven't really been $500. They've been closer to $550 or $600. So the 7800 XT is about 20% faster, going from 70 to 84. So 20% faster, but for way more than 20% of the price. More like almost more like 40 to 50% more expensive. So yeah, just for the performance it gives, what else can you get for $350? Even if it wasn't $350 and ends up being $400, you know, more than MSRP for whatever reason, what is the alternative? And if you're gonna point to used graphics cards, I don't think that's a fair comparison, because that's like comparing a new and used car and expecting a new car to be as cheap as a used car. It just doesn't work like that. Jay Gordon, got the Steam hardware survey shown to them for the first time today. My 6600 is now on it. Let's take a look at the Steam hardware survey, actually. Graphics card. Where's the first dedicated? Because I think these are the integrated. I think, unless there's Vega separated, like Vega integrated. Oh no, see, Vega integrated 8 Does anyone know what these groupings are? These Radeon graphics and the Radeon trademark graphics are, if it's not integrated, because Vega 8 is separated here. And then you see it again down here too. Can Steam get their stuff together and like either tell us specifically what these are or group them together better? Law 3060 is still first. Yeah, right. Led by the 4060 laptop specifically. But I mean, these are all pretty close together. They make up a little bit under 15%. And then 1650 still up here, 4060 Ti, 3050. So yeah, mid-range NVIDIA cards. They don't show the RTX 4050. and that's a solid card, you mean they don't show it at all, or is this because nobody has it? I mean, it might just be that it falls under other because it has less than 0.15 or 0.2, whatever. I don't know what the cutoff is, but 6800 XT. So one of the biggest complaints people have about the survey is that they aren't shown. It's like random who is shown the survey, right? But I think in that randomness, it just works itself out. I don't think it's like skewed towards NVIDIA users at all. The way that it just works out is that if you're randomly showing it to everybody, the distribution, if you have a big enough pool, which I have no idea. I wish they put like how many, percentage. Yeah. So, I wish they would say like, this includes like 1 million, 5 million, 10 million, I don't know, however many people they survey, just so we know what the pool is and what the numbers are actually, because all we have is percentages to go by. AMD is a secondary option, not primary, if selling at the same value for performance as NVIDIA. That is true. If you have the same FPS per dollar, people are going to choose NVIDIA. NVIDIA, I think their software suite, as well as just the resale value, just everything about them, would be more beneficial to like the average person. Yeah, but next to, so did they put the 5060 in here? The 5060 is here. It's a good 22% slower, but it comes in at $300. And it has 8 gigabytes of VRAM, which people are not going to be happy about. I'm trying to think, what better card can you get? Well, if a 6650 XT beats it, or is that the same? You can get 6650 XTs, at least in the used market, for like under $200. And ARC B580s perform similar to the 5060, but has 4 gigabytes more VRAM. Though B580s, even though they're $250 MSRP, you realistically can't really find them for under $300. So they're basically the same price. It's just, do you want Intel with more VRAM or NVIDIA with better software on their side for streamers and stuff? Techie says, well, if you look at it, there's 24 million people online on Steam right now. So that would... Wait, what? 7.3 million people for what? I think you had your decimal place wrong. 0.30% is not 30%. That's less than 1%. So 1, 2... so that would be like closer to 70,000, right? 24, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 times 0.3. Then times 0.03. Yeah. It's way less than that. It's under 1 million for sure. I gave Intel a chance with the A770, 16 gigabytes, and was not disappointed. I'm hoping V770. Wait up! Oh, we gotta talk about this too. Remember the last stream before I took a break for a couple of weeks, leading up to Computex, when Intel was hinting at something exciting for Computex? You guys saw what that announcement was, right? Everyone was thinking it was gonna be the B770. Well, not everybody. I forgot what we did a poll. I forgot what the poll split was, but there was a decent amount of people in chat that thought Intel was actually gonna release the B770. I'm pretty sure I voted no on that. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but It was not the B770. It was some. It was the B60 and B50, which are like prosumer grade cards for with a focus on AI and all that crap that gamers don't really care about. So yeah, I was not disappointed because I did not have my expectations set for B770, but I saw that coming from a mile away. I don't know why people got so hyped up and made such a big deal about it over on Reddit and Twitter, and basically taking the bait from Intel. I hope you like our surprise ARC workstation cards. Yeah, exactly. Surprise ARC. Jay Gordon has had Steam for 10 plus years and first time getting this hardware survey. I've gotten the Steam hardware survey, I could probably count it on 2 hands. Somewhere between like 5 and 10 times over the years. But that still isn't that much considering how many PCs I build and set up and test with Steam and stuff like that. So the leaked rumor is the B770 is coming near the end of this year. So we got 6 months for that thing to come out. I'm not seeing it. I don't think it's coming. And if it is, I don't think it's gonna be a savior of a graphics card that everyone like. You can look up what people are pipe dreaming the B770 to be. They're saying like, oh, $350, $400 card that's gonna perform the equivalent to like $500 to $600 AMD and NVIDIA cards. If they release a card, it is gonna be exactly what this great value touted B580 is gonna be. It's gonna be something that, so like this one was $250, but street price is closer to $300. And it's around the performance of these 2 cards, which are also around $250 to $300. So the thing that made the B580 exciting was that it was just a low priced card, but it didn't perform that much spectacularly better than existing cards around the same price. And I say around the same price because obviously like it's kind of like price is kind of a moving target, and they have been for a while, but it's in the same class as these 2 cards, which are similarly priced. So I don't think Intel's gonna like knock it out of the park with, if they come out with the B770, it's not gonna be just crazy about FPS per dollar. What is the GeForce GTX 980 at? Is this even on the list? 980 Ti. 9800 GT is on here before the 980 Ti. What? People are still using these cards? This was before GTX cards came out. Yeah, I don't see doing a control fine. I don't know, 980 Ti were kind of high-end cards. It's not even on the Steam hardware survey at all. Love you more than my girlfriend. I don't know what to think about that comment, but thank you, I guess. Yeah, it seems no matter what GPU comes out anymore, it's always bad news. It's not that it's bad news. I think it's expected news, I would say, right? Any card that comes out, whatever performance and price it is gonna be kind of in line with what already exists at the same price. I would actually say the 9060 XT, we're gonna have to see the street price. But if it can stay under 400 bucks, it's a little bit better value than what we could have gotten for 400 bucks in the last 6 months. Because again, you gotta point out to me what's the alternative for anybody hating on the 9060 XT coming out. Let's look at the poll results so far. Do you guys think the 9060 XT at $350 is a win for AMD? A third of the votes says no. I'm very curious what you guys like. when you guys say no, it's not a win for AMD, I take that as like, yeah, it's not a good value card. Okay, so what would the alternative be for $350 to $400? And you can't just say there is no alternative. The market sucks right now. Well, the market sucks right now, and they're giving an option at that price range, and it's the best in its class. Then they're doing, you know, the bottom line that they need to do to keep their shareholders happy and to make profit and to give gamers something that is at least not worse value, right? That is what I'm running right now. You're running a 980 Ti. The only thing about the 980 Ti I worry about is that it is getting up there in age. You're just gonna have like capacitors or other onboard components start to fail, and sometimes actually it's not as easy. The average person cannot micro solder and do board level repairs that easily. In terms of like having the right tools to do it. So that's the only issue. And I even had I gave away a GTX 1080 part of a giveaway to a viewer, and it ended up dying at some point, and the card wasn't mined on or anything like that. It was just used like normal. So that's the only thing about old cards. Even though they're still very capable, like you can still game with the 980 Ti just fine. It has the performance level close to a 1070, so you can still play at 1080p on like low to medium settings depending on the title. But the issue about those is that given their age, you know, electronic components just eventually die. They don't last forever, so. Waiting for a 9050 at $200. We'll see. And if AMD serves that up, are they gonna do some weirdness with it? With like, you know, like ×4 PCIe lanes and stuff like that. Thoughts about the RX 6600 XT paired up with their 3700X? That's a good pairing. Yeah, I would say those parts pair very well together. I like the 6600 XT. It's funny because they've kind of gone up in value a bit. They got really cheap at one point where they were like really close to $200. And then now, if you look for them, because they're out of production, they're a little bit more expensive. Alright, we're gonna end that poll. Let's see. So yeah, here were the Intel ARC cards that everyone got super excited about, and then we're probably let down by Intel unveils new GPUs for AI and workstations. Just what gamers love, AI and workstations. But yeah. I guess in terms of Computex, I don't know, man. I think the category that is shown the most at Computex in terms of the PC hardware space is kind of the most boring categories at this point, which is I feel like there's a ton of new cases and like AIOs and stuff like that. Do you guys feel the same way? Or do you feel like every time Computex and CES and stuff rolls around now, there's like a lot of exciting, innovating new products? I feel like it's just a way for companies to showcase cases and coolers and AIOs. Which, don't get me wrong, like, I love me a good case and I love me a good fat air cooler, and AIOs I'm kind of mad about now, but like, that it seems like that's what the majority of announcements and like what content creators, when they go there and they visit booths and stuff, that's what the bulk of the content is. There's a handful of like motherboards and power supplies and stuff like that, but again, those also aren't that exciting of components. So am I just getting bored of new PC tech hardware, or are these tech shows just getting more boring? cases are nice, just don't need one. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, you only need one case, and if you get a good enough case, it could last you for like multiple upgrade cycles. So like a case and a good case and a power supply, if you get that, it will last you through 2 to 3 CPUs and GPUs. So it's I feel like those are and coolers too. Like, if you get a solid tower cooler, you don't need to change that thing for like near a decade almost, unless, you know, your parts start to become they like outgrow it. Would the 9060 XT be worth it for 1440p? Yes. It is. Like, it'll be a solid 1440p card. It's not going to be able to run everything at max settings 1440p high refresh rate, but it should be able to, for the AAA titles at like pretty high settings, should be able to hit a minimum 60 FPS, like single player games and stuff like that. So yeah, 1440p and 9060 XT is like, that I think is a target resolution. To play 1080p, you do not need to spend $350 to $400 on a new graphics card for it. You can play 1080p for at much lower, you know, at a much lower budget. William says, "Hey Nope, thanks for the videos. I love the LAN party stories. Sometimes I sleep to them and pretend I'm at the LAN party." Thanks for the kind words. I appreciate it. I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this. When's the next LAN party? Next LAN party is October. Next LAN party video is hopefully next month, if I can edit it in time. Only problem with the 980 Ti is all the lights in your house dim when you turn on the PC. Talking about the power consumption. Congrats on the 2-for-1 deal you recently scored, Danny. Wasn't where you were expecting. But honestly, that's no one's actual business. NOAB. That's a good use of the acronym. Yeah, so I actually kept it intentionally a secret that we were expecting. And I'll probably talk about it more in the future, but in the next LAN party story video is when you'll start seeing signs of it, like us getting the nursery together, and when you see Melissa on camera, she's pregnant and stuff like that. But I was trying to keep it a secret for as long as possible, but then it got to the point where, okay, they were born, and then we had just got home from the hospital. There was no way I was going to stream, and since I am very, very, like, I'm a big stickler about keeping to the stream schedule and not missing a stream unless I absolutely have to, I basically had to let it out of the bag. Like, alright, these next few weeks, actually, I might miss some streams because, you know, we just had twins. So, yeah. But you'll see in the upcoming content, like, more hints at it, and then potentially they'll be in some of the content too. I already have one video planned with them for a PC build, so... Yep, cases, coolers, and AIOs, not to mention a sad showing of micro ATX cases. Though, I am excited about one case that they did show. Can you guys guess which one? And I've been asking for this case for years, and they actually sent one, which I need to do a build in. Can you guys guess which case I was super excited about? And it's funny because this is a company that people hate at the moment. What are the twins doing? They're upstairs, hanging out with my wife, her mom, and her sister. I might bring one of them down. I can't hold two of them right now and like walk around with them because their heads are so floppy, or their necks are floppy at the moment. But I might bring one of the twins down to say hi on stream later. But yeah, they're just chilling upstairs, either sleeping, pooping, or feeding. What's up? Mia's up? Oh, can I bring her down? Okay. Hi, Mia. Alright, you're gonna say hi to everyone on the stream.
You mean stay here, or you're gonna bring her to me?
I'll bring her back up. Alright, now that we're talking about twins. This is your first stream. You ready? All right. Floppy neck, floppy headed baby. Mia, say hi to the stream. Okay. Okay. She's so tiny. But yes, her sister looks just like her. And I will show you. You okay? You okay? They're still very squirmy. So, how can you tell between the two? One of them was born so she's actually the younger sister. She came out like 4 minutes later, but she came out almost a whole pound heavier than her sister. So she has more chubby cheeks, but there's other small signs. They are identical twins. So if you guys didn't know, and I didn't even know that really the difference between fraternal and identical up until we found out we were having twins, was fraternal is when you have two separate eggs, and you know, which eventually become embryos. So they're like two separate people. But identical is when an egg splits. So it was gonna be one person. So they are identical, and then they somehow just grew at two separate like rates, I guess, inside of Melissa. So this one came out a little bit heavier, but they're slowly catching up and equaling out in weight. So hello, say hi to the stream. Oh, this light is probably too bright for you, huh? I'm sorry. But a lot of identical twins have a few minor differences. So her sister actually has teeth already. We already had to go to the dentist. Natal teeth, which is like super rare. These twins are pretty interesting because the rate of identical twins, or I don't know if it's fraternal and identical, but twins in general are like only 1 to 2% of the population. And among that low percentage, our girls both have teeth already, which is another like very low percentage. So somehow we just hit the jackpot with all these rare statistics and percentages. Let me see if I can turn down the light. Okay, this is, we got this. I got you. I got you. So we'll turn down the light a little bit as you squirm all around. But here she is. Say hi to the stream. Don't throw up everywhere, please. Mwah. They will be playing the piano next month. Well, I do have very high aspirations for them with regards to PC building and gaming, but that's gonna be a little whiles away. Sleeping, pooping, or feeding, every gamer. Well, I see you have 2 more responses at live. Congrats. Hey, John, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. But yes, we did get the 2-for-1 special. 2 for the price of 1. Even though I'm not sure that's how the hospital bill works out. We haven't taken a look at what that... I mean, insurance is going to cover most of it, but I'm very curious what the cost breakdown is going to be for delivering 2 babies via C-section. She waved when he said, say hello to the stream. Bro got the special edition Offspring drop. Hi. You want to say hi to the stream? Or make some noises? No. The twins I know, and you know them too, were fraternal. Oh! One was also smaller too, didn't equal... Are they fraternal? I thought they looked alike. I could have thought they were identical. I know one used to wear more of a mustache than the other, but yeah, I didn't know they were fraternal. But then again, if you're brothers at the exact same age, even though you're not from the same egg, or you know, egg and sperm or whatever, then I guess it just makes sense because you have the same parents. But yeah, similar looking but fraternal. Interesting. They both have individual bills. Ask me how I know. Bless you. Alright. I will keep holding her so long as she is not crying. But we'll see how long that lasts. I don't know how hungry she is gonna be, or if she's eaten yet. But yeah. No, they're both girls. We ended up having 2 girls. So now I'm overrun in this house. It went from me and my wife to now me, my wife, and these 2 girls. So it's a 3-to-1. 3 girls to me. I'm outnumbered. Lol, I still wonder if 2 sets of twins got married each other. Yes, that's a thing. If you have 2 different sets of twins get together and have kids, technically, I think their siblings are more of brothers or sisters than they are cousins. Because it's like the same DNA. I see big wedding bills ahead. No. We're very progressive now. It's not. We're not following those rules of the bride's father paying for the wedding bill. We will be beyond that by the time they are of marrying age, and hopefully they're successful enough where they can pay for their own weddings. I think there was a show about it in the past or something. Yeah. Let's see. She's so precious. Congrats to you and the fam. No, thanks, Rob the Butcher. I appreciate it. Did you know genders or we had a reveal party. So it was kept a surprise up until, when did we have that? February? So just about 3 months before they were born. Initially I thought I was rooting for boys, and then when I found out it was girls, I was equally as happy. So it just works out. They're gonna be cool gamer girls, and they're gonna have all the LAN parties with their friends, and they're gonna be so cool. Are the twins gonna be in future LAN parties? Yes, they will be. Though they won't be in the one that's gonna release in next month. And then they won't be in the one in October because it's not gonna be at my house. But starting next year, the LAN parties next year, they should be in them when they're hosted at my house. Weddings on a budget, exactly. How you doing, girl? Let me see if I can show a better view with the phone. Oh, we were going to talk about the case from NZXT. And we started talking about twins, and then you were at the top of the stairs, so then you got handed off to me. How you doing? All right. I have $2 also. Every upgrade, it's 3 times everything. Have fun. Oh my goodness. They can steal my pink mice and keyboard. I don't know if I want them to be like into, like, you know, the quote unquote stereotypical girly girl aesthetics, but we'll see how it ends up working out. I guess I'm not gonna have control over that. They're just gonna like what they like. I might try to influence them though, you know? Danny, the Costco parts are my favorite in the lands. I don't know what it is. I love shopping. You gotta get me the pho recipe. The pho recipe is pretty easy. I forget which one online that we follow, but there's nothing special. Put them on the purple lifestyle. Yeah, I like purple. Oh, excuse you. You okay? How you doing? All right, let's burp you real quick. You okay? Are you go back upstairs? Are you tired of this bright light shining on your head? Alright, so this is a perfect moment for me to show the little slideshow as I hand them back off. So I will be right back, and you guys can watch this Be Right Back screen, which I will probably be playing more in the future streams just due to the circumstances. I need to add more pictures and videos to that, but I had to throw that together like last minute just to have on the stream, just in case I got called away. But yeah, Rad Robot says the music is banger. Do you know what song that is? I don't remember how many anime fans there are in the audience, but I think that song is very very fitting for the situation. It's from a show called, it's from an anime called Yu Yu Hakusho. The song translated in English is called Smile Bomb, because that's all I do when I look at these girls. Biggest smile on my face ever. They're very awesome, but also a lot of work and very time consuming right now. So just bear with me with regards to the stream schedules as well as video upload, because I pretty much have not been able to work on videos since they've been born. But I do have like pre-recorded content I'm needing to like edit to get out, as well as other stuff I need to start working on that's new and fresh. But if I guess it, do I get a B580? Either way, I don't know. No. I already revealed it. But with regards to micro ATX showings and cases that you guys were talking about before, we were rudely interrupted by my daughter. No, I'm just kidding. The NZXT, they finally did it. The H3 Flow. And I don't know, like, I don't remember what people's thoughts were. I feel like people were more reasonable in this community and whoever watches this stream with regards to like the NZXT hate. It didn't seem like there were a ton of people who were super like anti-NZXT, especially after they like apologized and all that kind of stuff and like redid their structuring of their rental program. But I still, on different corners of the internet, I still see people, you know, anytime NZXT is in a video or a product is shown, they're just like, screw NZXT still to this day, which I find to be kind of weird behavior. But either way, I definitely separate the product from, especially their rental program is completely, like, that, I don't even consider it like the same thing. I usually say separate the product from the company, but I think NZXT as a company, aside from the whole rental, you know, fiasco, like, they're fine. Like, they've made products that people have liked for many years, and their customer service, from what I've seen online, has been pretty good. So I've never had issues with them, but they haven't had a micro ATX case for, I mean, by this point, I feel like it's been like 7 years. Their last one was the H4, but that was what, 2017, 2018? So it's been a while since they've had a micro ATX case, and it's been something that I've been like kind of hounding them on social media for years. I've always said, bring back micro ATX case, bring back micro ATX case. And they finally did it, not because I was hounding them, they probably because they knew that they should have some skin in the game when it comes to micro ATX cases. So I am going to be doing a build in this, which I'm excited for because I've been, you know, waiting for a micro ATX case from them, and because I'm just excited about micro ATX stuff in general. But yes, they did finally make a new micro ATX case. So I don't know how much content there is online about it though. Let's see, NZXT H3. I think it was announced basically at Computex. So yeah, I mean, there are videos, like here's one from Brett and UFD Tech, shorts, as well as on their, yeah, so they announced it on their official YouTube page as well. So so yeah, this will be pretty interesting, just because I am a big fan of micro ATX in general. You figured that was a custom Man Karate Fire beat? It is not. I should ask him to remix it though, so that I could use it without being copyright struck. What games do you like playing during LAN, and would you consider playing Call of Duty Zombies? The only issue about Call of Duty, at least Zombies isn't free, right? The only free one is Warzone, but even then, you can't squad up or like queue up in the same match with 12 people, can you? Call of Duty, I don't know. You may have missed the stream when I basically denounced Call of Duty and said I'm done with it. Everything about Call of Duty annoys me. And when I say everything, I mean there are major things that annoy me to the point where I don't want to benchmark it anymore. I don't want it on my computer. I don't want to have to do anything with it. The game file size is one thing. I don't even know if all my friends at LAN would be able to fit Call of Duty if we added it because of how large the game is, even if you cut away all the other portions of it. But the shader compilation and how frequent and how slow they are is another thing, as well as the menus for Call of Duty has just become so bad over the years that I'm just done with it. If Call of Duty was as simple as like a smaller file size and was as simple to log into to play as it used to be, where you only had to go into one game and start playing it instead of having to go to the Call of Duty launcher and then from there redirecting to the actual game and then sit and wait through shader compilations. If it was simple, I wouldn't be against playing Call of Duty Zombies for LAN, but just the state of Call of Duty is now, I'm so over it. I hate it, actually. The process of playing any Call of Duty is so annoying. The launcher is so bloated. Exactly. It's kind of like Fortnite too. I don't get why Fortnite is still the most popular game of all time. It must be with the younger demographic, right? I don't doubt that like older people like Fortnite, which it's fine. But like everything about Fortnite also, like the game runs like crap. The menus is just horrendous. Every time I know it's a free game, but my goodness, the amount of things you have to click through and all of that. And then to find it, there's like a million different game modes. And to get to the one that you want, you have to just click so many more times, all that stuff. I'm just not a fan of Fortnite, but I still test it because it's a popular game. And I don't think it's as bad as Call of Duty is. That's how bad Call of Duty is. It's worse than Fortnite if I were to rank them. Thoughts on the 4000D frame? So this was also a Computex announcement, if I'm remembering correctly, right? Or was it before Computex? Oh, no. This has been announced for a while. Never mind. I'm thinking about something else. The frame 4000D. I mean, I like the Corsair, just the normal 4000D. So having one that has more modularity, I'm a fan of. In terms of pricing though, how much does this thing go for? Yeah, and it's the same price, around like 110 bucks. That's what the 4000D, or here's one for 99 at Best Buy. But yeah, I think solid case. I mean, Corsair just made it better by giving more options. I think it was a solid case that was going to be relevant for a long time, so they just kind of improved on it. So I like it a lot. Alright, let's see. Try to think of anything else that was quote-unquote exciting from Computex. But it just seemed like a bunch of... There was a decent amount of bashing, and when I say a decent amount, and mostly from Gamers Nexus and Hardware Unbox of both AMD. AMD for having the 9060 XT 8GB being a thing at all, and then just Gamers Nexus bashing the like the 5060 in general, and the lack of, you know, the early review samples and drivers and things like that. But would you guys say this was a pretty uneventful Computex 2025? Drama Nexus. I mean, the drama and rage baiting gets the views, but regardless of all of that, though, you can't knock the consumer advocacy portion of it. It all but put me to sleep. Computex this year was really lackluster overall, which works out, right? Because I wasn't around for it, so I don't feel as bad being, you know, tied up with all the stuff with our family and all that, and, you know, giving Computex pretty much very little attention this year. And I also don't feel as bad now that, you know, companies, when they're reaching out saying you want to set up meetings, are you coming to Computex stuff, I was like, no, we're actually like planning on having babies right that week of Computex, and telling everyone no. I don't feel as bad anymore. I would have considered the older Call of Duty like Black Ops 3 since it's always on sale and playing with friends. It's pretty fun and you're able to host big private lobbies too. Older Call of Duties, are they? I swear when I looked, I see Black Ops 3. For some reason I feel like when it's on sale it's probably cheap, but when it's not on sale, why is the price so high? Black Ops 3, yeah, so it's on sale right now. Is the summer sale going on right now? Or is this just a sale? Yeah, back in around this time frame, 2015, definitely before Call of Duty went down the path that is currently down. But for a game from 2015, you guys have to understand this though. Unless the game is like a super banger, super fun game, hello.
Hello.
Wait, you are not in it, but
Hello.
this is Lexi. So this is the other twin.
You got her?
Yep, I got her. Thank you, Cindy. Alright. Apparently, we're meeting the other twin. What's up, Big Toe 9800? Hello. Okay. Let me see if I can not blind you with this light, girl. Because what is the best angle to... Hi, Lexi. There you go. Just keep your head turned this way, and we'll be good to go. You see that green light on the camera? Just stare right at that. Hi. Thank you for stopping crying. Uh-oh. No, don't fuss. Did you just get fed? Did you get... You smell good. Didn't smell like you just pooped or peed. What are you fussing about? They got big eyes. I think they got it from me. You okay? Okay. You're screaming into the mic, girl. You're okay. No, you don't like that position? Okay. Alright, we'll try this. We'll walk in a circle. Okay. Yeah, I think she's hungry. Okay. Bye, love. I'll see you in a bit.
Here you go. Come on, let's go.
She wasn't having it.
Oh, okay.
She was not having it. Thanks, Thug7Angel. I appreciate it. I get 5 years before Danny has dad jokes ready. I already have dad jokes. I just don't know any off the top of my head, but I make them all the time. Or I have been making them since they've been born. What's up, Big Tone? This really feels like a tech gap year. A lot of the most interesting stuff is so out of the normal consumer price range that it's hard to be excited. Yeah. I mean, are we thinking Nvidia is actually going to be releasing a 5050 or AMD is going to release a 9500 XT, or not 9500 XT, 9050 or 950 XT? Because that would be the only saving grace by the end of the year, but they didn't have that on the last gen, so JR Smitty says, I'm a nerd on a budget too, thanks to my little ones. Yes, they do get expensive. Formula and diapers and wipes and clothes and everything is not cheap. Manny TGM just joined the stream, stuck at work. Congratulations to the both of y'all. Thank you, I appreciate it. Watching him be a dad after watching his channel grow is icing on the cake. We are coming up on 10 years of the channel in January. When January hits, that would be 10 years. So it's kind of crazy looking back at when I first started making content versus now and just where I am in life. Back then I was what, 25 years, wait, how old was I? No, I was 27 years old. Not 25, I was 27, but now I'm gonna be 37 next year, so getting up there. What would you recommend GPU wise for a local? Honestly, I don't test any like AI stuff at all. Like anytime I've ever used AI, it's through like, you know, Midjourney, ChatGPT. It's like online. I've never done any. I'm trying to think of Photoshop. If the implementation in Photoshop is local, or if that uses the internet. So that is not in my wheelhouse, unfortunately. But how I don't even know what benchmarking that looks like. Is that something that you could do, reproduce the test, or does it get smarter each time so that the runs don't take the same amount of time? Like, I don't even know what program to use, or what would be the most popular like implementation of it would be. LM Studios. Okay, let me look this up. Discover, download, and run local LLMs. Okay. LM Studio. Easy to start, much to explore. Run LLMs and okay. Discover. And does the scaling performance of LM Studios, does that apply to all the different like I guess models out there? Cause like, you know how with let's say you do some synthetic benchmark like 3D Mark Firestrike or something, and you have two cards, you're pitting against each other to see the performance. Just because one card beats another in that, it's not representative of the different games that exist out there that may be more biased towards one card manufacturer over the other. Is it similar to that with LM Studio? Can you say, all right, test the performance as it would be with, I don't know, Midjourney or whatever the heck most popular like image generation LM is? It runs all, it's all, okay, I guess I need to look more into it. I'm very curious, like, okay, AI, let's run a poll. Alright, we're running a poll. Are you interested in AI-specific benchmarks for graphics card reviews? Just think, Danny, when you have both of the girls in the back of the car, how much they'd be annoying you while you drive. Dad, she started it. That's one of the things about twins I'm very curious about, because I didn't have any close twin friends growing up. There were twins at my school, but I was not. I mean, I was like maybe acquaintances with them, but I guess in terms of like each twin having their own unique identity, because I feel like with twins, a lot of times they're grouped together. People refer to them as like, oh, that's the twins or the girls, like, right? As opposed to when you have kids that are different in age, they're more often referred to by their individual names because of the gap in age. So that's one thing I'm like gonna try to be good about. Right now it's starting to get hard to like identify them. Sometimes I have to look at them for, you know, a good few seconds and determine which girl is which. So yeah, that's gonna be tougher if they continue to look alike growing up. I feel like that's the kind of testing best left to specific channels dedicated to AI. That's what I would feel like, because I'm just not well versed enough in it to just, is it just as simple as running the test and looking at the difference in results, or is there more settings and stuff you have to tweak, right? So I'll look into it, but no promises there with regards to that. Guess no one likes AI, lol. I mean, there's some votes for it, but I would say, how many people out there are buying graphics cards with AI being the sole reason, and AI performance, right? As opposed to buying a graphics card that's good for either gaming or for content creation or whatever else you're doing. And then all cards are capable of AI to some degree now, all the newer cards anyways. So you're going to get some AI capability out of them, but are you going to make that the defining factor of why you buy the card? Or do you buy because you're a gamer first and then happen to tinker around with AI? So you know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds like if you want a budget AI card, it's either going to be Intel or Nvidia. Like, if you say budget as in like $300 or less, I don't know if AMD really has a horse in that race right now. So you got a point. Everyone just uses online AI and then game. Yeah, it's like people buy their tools based on their number one use case, and then they just use whatever it's capable of for, you know, the second or tertiary uses, right? Even one year, parents got brother an expensive gift for his birthday. I was shocked when my mom said, "2, please, at the register, lol." Topaz Video AI, and I've used Topaz before, but not RVC. I favor local AI. No Big Brother watching. No Big Brother watching. I feel like Big Brother's already. Yeah, that's not a good reason for just succumbing to Big Brother, just because it already watches you and everything we do on YouTube, Google, Instagram, Facebook, whatever social media you have, just by simply having a smartphone. I guess if you could reduce it in one aspect of your life, then that would be good. But at this, I'm just too lazy. I'm not willing to go through the effort. I just use online AI, and if they want to know the stupid images I'm generating or the dumb questions I'm asking it, feel free. If you're looking at Arc 580 and 3060 Ti 12 gig, okay, so I don't remember if you put $200, but that's like the price range you're looking at. Well, 250, I guess. Most of those cards are like 225, 250, or 300 if you're looking at the B580. If you're looking at the, I don't know how much the VRAM is gonna impact it. I feel like, and if for $300, Arc B580 or the 5060, with how good Nvidia is with AI, I don't know how it comes down to the consumer budget cards, but that's definitely something that an AI specific channel should look at. Not me though. Exactly, every wrench is a hammer in a pinch. There's a saying that like every tool can do the job, but not every tool could do the job efficiently. It kind of goes along the same lines of that. The only reason I see local LLM being worth it is to run bots without paying for API. That's what started my journey. Care to share to Big Brother specifically what you want to run bots for? Running bots is very vague. Okay, let's see. What else do we have on the docket? I think that's pretty much it. I actually, for the first time in a long time, the stream is going to be exactly 2 hours long. It will end at 6 p.m. my time, which is in 15 minutes. So I'm just going to hang out with the chat for the rest of the stream. I wanted to keep it relatively light today because my head has not been in the content creation space recently. So just want to keep it chill, and there wasn't too much to talk about. I mean, yes, new graphics card is out, but it's not exciting until we know what the actual prices and availability is tomorrow. So we will see. Sounds like there are people who, at least in the community on the Discord, are interested in trying to pick up a 9060 XT tomorrow at Micro Center at least. But I'll probably, since I'm pulling the night shift, I'm awake from like around midnight until whenever my wife or my mother-in-law wakes up to take over watching the twins. So I will likely be up when the cards become available. So use Smash TV Network, use the bot to search on Bing to get points for Amazon gift cards, and you built a whole PC with just the points. I made this, for instance, live streaming weather alert bot. I don't know if this is the same bots that GR Smitty's talking about, but oh, you are JR, okay. wait, you made this, for instance. Let me see. And you don't want to do this to, okay, let me take a look at this. Is this just a channel that live stream store? Okay. I'm a Stormy AI bot created to read warnings out loud for those who have a hard time hearing. It covers the entire continent of the US. When is it gonna read out warning? Do you have a live stream going? No, you don't. You don't have one constantly going though. I guess what is the idea with the implementation to get to the people who are hard of hearing? And is your plan to run it 24/7? Is something like this Can you not run this locally, like on a CPU? I guess, again, I haven't messed with AI on a local level with regards to like how powerful of CPUs slash graphics cards need to be for tasks like this. So I have no idea the scope of like, you know, how much I guess processing power you need. This might be too deep. Yeah. Hey guys and fellow nerds, just scored a 1300K and a 4070 Ti 32 gigs of DDR4 on local market for 851 what? Is this a whole build or are these individual parts that you bought? For 850 oh, whole build? That's crazy good price. Any whole build with a 4070 Ti in it under $1,000 is pretty well worth it. 4070 Ti still fetch for quite a bit of money, but yeah, a fully fleshed out build with like, you know, decent storage, RAM. You have an i9 in there, but I'm sure you know about the microcode update that B is talking about here. So don't kill your CPU, update your BIOS, and you should hopefully be good. I don't know if there's been instances of any CPUs dying with the BIOS updates. Robert fixed it. I found an odd case for bots. This guy I met uses bot software to scan old hard drives for Bitcoin keys. That was wild. What? Like encrypted drives or... I guess... Huh. Does this person just buy a bunch of used hard drives, hope the person didn't wipe it, and not only did they not wipe it, but they were also careless enough to have Bitcoin keys on it? Like, what? How many times do you actually strike gold doing something like that? Yeah, he's buying all the e-waste hard drives he can find to scan. I feel like that's the same chances of going to the dump and trying to find old hard drives, except going to the dump would at least be free. Straight up, if you're buying hard drives without the promise of there ever being it, I don't know, it just seems like not a good gamble. There's no way. Yeah, that sounds like gambling with extra steps. Yeah, nobody's doubting that it works, but let's just say, how many, like, what are the chances of random hard drives you're buying? And you gotta think of it. What size of hard drive do you have to buy? You think people are throwing these keys on like cheap 250 gigabyte, you know, 500 gigabyte spinning Rust hard drives? No. The type of people I feel like who would have their, you know, keys and stuff securely stored somewhere would be a little bit on the techier side, and they might have either larger drives or SSDs that are more expensive to buy. And again, I don't know, that doesn't make sense to me. It only takes one wallet having 500K to make up the gamble, but also the amount of drives you have to go through. And just think of the average price of a drive. I guess with e-waste drives and machines, how cheap can you get them for? I found that even the crappiest drives, people are still charging like a decent amount for them, like $5-10. And you gotta think of, you need thousands of these drives to also still have a slim chance of even finding something. So you're spending like thousands of dollars. I don't know, man. Just buy lotto tickets at that point. It's less work. It doesn't even sound like old gold prospecting, but in the new age. It sounds worse than that. I don't know. Dimitri, oh my goodness. $50 donation. Danny, congrats on becoming a dad. Treasure these moments with your babies because they will grow up faster than you expect. Here's some change for the diaper fund. Thank you. Again, my goodness. It is ridiculous how many diapers these girls go through. The worst is when I'm changing them. So they've already made the mess, combination mess, and I clean them up, and I wait. Now I wait because I know they're gonna go after again. So I wait, but then I end up waiting 5 minutes. Nothing happens. As soon as I slap a new diaper on, they just like go, and then boom, another wasted diaper. That's happened too many times. He said he found some, but he wouldn't tell me how much. I don't know. I'm not sure if I believe that. He might, or I believe that he got lucky once, and now he's got the bug. You know, he got bit by the bug, and now he thinks it's gonna happen again. But he literally hit like a 1 in a million chance, and it's not gonna happen again. That's the only way I can see it happening. I cannot foresee this happening where he's bought random e-waste hard drives and I found multiple Bitcoin keys on them. I don't know. Doesn't seem possible. Hey, what up, Ryan? Daddy Danny indeed. We got 7 minutes left because now that the twins are here, we actually have hard cutoff times. I mean, I have found user credit card numbers in plain... Yeah, well, you gotta think of... If you took, let's just say a sample size of like 1,000 people, right? How many people of those do you think have used their credit cards on a computer to some degree? Whether it be, you know, in a browser that has the numbers saved, you know, auto-generated or wherever, or I guess on a text document, like you said, versus how many have stored cryptocurrency keys on them. I think credit cards is like orders of magnitudes more common than crypto would be. Especially considering the type of people who are into crypto, I would think they're a little bit more secure about, you know, their dealings and stuff. But I don't know, that's just me. It just, again, it just seems like a ridiculous thing to chase after. Crypto keys on old hard drives. But yes, that is a good use case for a bot. But even then, I feel like the time you have to spend manually swapping drives for it to scan and like, you know, being kind of like giving your setup attention to be like, oh, you know, after X number of minutes or hours of scanning it takes, now I gotta swap in the next one. Even if you are setting up like 8 to 10 or however many at a time, it just doesn't seem worth the time. And it seems like a waste of money buying drives. I guess you could resell them, but then that seems like more money or more time wasted. I don't know. Yes, the diaper changes. You would be surprised how much arc you can still get with girls when they pee. I know it's not as bad as fire hosing with boys, but still, the amount of arc I've seen and how far it's gone surprised me. He's not telling you because it's so little, it's embarrassing for him. That's what I'm thinking. Northern Lights with the $20 dono diaper fund. Congrats. Thanks, Northern Lights. I appreciate it. Don't look inside hard drives connected to the internet, probably. You might find some of the nasty stuff that can make you end up on FBI's wanted list. The bot doing the work is cool. Yeah, I think the swaps would be the most time consuming. And the potentially shutting down... I guess you could hot swap them. Should be fine, but still. That and storage of the drives. How many drives is this person buying? Think of how much space that takes up. Yeah. Hell, not even every crypto user uses a local wallet. Exactly. Extreme Zone. What's up, Extreme Zone? $30 or 30 Canadian dollars. Hey, Danny and family, here's some formula money because them gals are going. They are eating quite a bit. And one of them has high bilirubin. So I think parents out there would know what that is. But so we had to actually stick specifically to formula for a really long time because breastfeeding could make the jaundice worse. So yep, it's a whole thing. I'm learning so much being a parent, like so fast. It's like you take a crash course in everything about babies, and yeah, you learn quickly on the job. Where's that picture of the... there's a funny meme of this guy looking at a machine. This is me. This is me learning to be a parent. Guy looking at server. This right here. This is parenthood. Especially first time parenthood. Hey, what up, Mike Verzone? Yes, yeah, twins. Actually, I'm gonna end tonight's stream with the slideshow again for anyone who missed it. So, we are at the cutoff time. It's been exactly 2 hours. So, yeah, hopefully I will see you guys next week if everything works out. And also future content. I'm currently editing a video that I need to get out. It's a fun one. It's parts hunting at an Amazon bin store. So I need to get that edited out. So just look forward to that and the stream this next week. But I gotta cut it off now and have some dinner and hang out with the family and the girls. So thank you for the donations tonight, everyone. It was a great first stream back, and I appreciate you all showing up. And yeah, we will end it with the slideshow for anyone who has not seen it. So y'all have a good night. Appreciate you.